Hi, my name's Lauren Cheney, and recently I had the pleasure of interviewing my good friend, Jake Goodwin. He's an active member in the community with a story from all over the United States. He currently lives in Cleveland, and he's working for a business selling supplies for them. He was first born in New Orleans, Louisiana, while his parents began their long history of starting up businesses and his father becoming a world-renowned chef. Although not remembering much from Louisiana itself, his parents mentioned to him that he thrived there with his two older brothers and with his family that was there. However, when he was just under a year old, they moved to New Jersey for a little bit, where Jake actually grew up there for several years. He met some of his lifelong friends there, and they keep in touch to this day. This is where his athletic history began. While his two older brothers did their own thing, Jake began to participate in sports such as hockey, gymnastics, and football. He absolutely fell in love with gymnastics and hockey. However, because he's on the shorter side, he can only play hockey as a goalie, and even then, he was still too small. So rather than becoming frustrated with that, he decided to focus on gymnastics. He was so involved in that sport that his coach recommended that he become a full-time gymnast to train for the Olympics. But being his choice, he decided not to because he wanted to not give up his childhood. Eventually, around his 12th birthday, his parents told him that he and his brothers were going to move to Dallas as a final destination point for his father's business. In Dallas, this is where his incredible wrestling career began. He became a state winner for all wrestling tournaments and was one of the most wanted wrestling recruits in the nation. This opened up all kinds of doors for his college. He eventually got accepted into North Carolina State's wrestling program, but because of lack of structure and the coach not liking him, he transferred. He transferred to Drexel, where he thrived and was one of the top wrestlers, but again, he got involved in some issues where he eventually had to transfer again. This is where he came to Notre Dame College wrestling team. He then became an All-American and was third place in nationals after long hard work. His history of moving around gave him the ability to make friends wherever he wanted. Although his life seems incredible with amazing stories, behind the curtains, his middle brother was fighting addiction and died on him once, where Jake had to resuscitate him until medics arrived. He recalls that day almost as if it was yesterday and states that out of all his accolades, helping his brother overcome addiction is by far his greatest accomplishment yet. Jake's story is a battle of hard work and determination to get where he is today.